Go on the catch-ups, Jay lad. And I've been out on the bank yet again, folks. Not been drinking. I've been fishing. It's all about me, this one.
You've done a lot of drinking. A lot.
I have. But how good's the weather been? That's why.
You've turned back into an angler this week. You're going to have actually fished 3 matches in 8 days, technically.
I tell you what, I've not been as tired as what I have this week. It's like...
It's hard, isn't it?
It's flipping, I don't know how you do it, Jay lad. But anyway, so back to, was it last week or the week before? Western Pools.
Saturday at Western.
FishO qualifier. So I'd got all my gear done. Obviously, I put rods in just in case we do this clay pit. Talk was you wanted to be on the clay pit, didn't you, Jay?
Yeah.
You said clay pit will win it.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
I said I'd wanted clay pit or jacks.
Or Jack. Yeah, Jacks.
Jacks wasn't as good as expected.
No, it wasn't. So with that in mind, I've gone straight in the bag and drawn weir peg 6, which is next to where I drew last year when I was next to Des. I was on 5.
Oh, yeah.
Now the things with them pegs in, so I don't think 2 was in, but 3. Every other
2
peg
wasn't drawn.
Was it not drawn? So it should have been
every peg in a row was in.
Every peg in
2
a row.
to 10 was in.
Yeah.
In fact, 2 to 10 and then 14 to 19, everyone was in.
Yeah.
Which is a lot on weir.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you know, having spoke to you, you said you'll have a decent day's fishing. You know, just fish casters up and down, and
yes, that's
have a go for like carp there and everything like that. So I'm like, yeah, come on, get your head on, Andrew. Yeah. It was a lovely day, and I knew there was a bar on site that I could go to after. In fact, I joked to who did I see? I think it was Mike or someone like that. I joked to him and says, right, I'll see you at 1 o'clock, Mike, in the bar. Yeah. So yeah, peg 5 sort of like this, and peg 6 is like that, which looks bad, but when you're actually there fishing, it's quite a way away from
weird on weir as well, isn't it? You feel the lake's full.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like there's anyone around you.
No.
It's this lone little den, isn't it?
He's fished like 30 metres. I do apologise. I remember his blooming name before. I do apologise. He fished 30 metres, and I've fished 13 metres straight out in front of me. He's miles away.
Back, yeah.
And then Ian Welsh, he was on my left, on peg 7. He's like sat back there somewhere.
Yeah.
He's got to fish like 7 metres from me on a top kit.
It's right
so
good.
We've got flipping loads of room.
Designed.
So I was quite happy actually then.
Yes, you don't feel tight, do you?
No, not at all. So started off on a top kitten one where it's flipping deep, innit? I forgot how deep it was. I've had to add a little bit of line to me, Big J. But anyway, luckily it didn't go because the carp in there are angry, aren't they?
Yes, very angry.
Didn't go there, but I've been feeding my casters from the start, and within 10 minutes.
How far did you go?
13 with short kit and a short 3.
Right.
Because I knew it wasn't, well, you said it wasn't very carpy. So I knew it wasn't very carpy, so I've done load of short kits up with obviously jiggers, and it's all fixed rigs there. You can't use overshot or anything like that. And they were swirling after 10 minutes, and they looked like pretty big eyes. So people around the lake are starting to catch eye. So I'm like, right, get on it. So I've gone in, and it was lovely. I was catching like eyes like this.
With maggots or casters?
What have I done? Casters.
Did you?
Yeah, banded caster. Banded red pellet was by far the best.
Was it even for heads?
It was flipping amazing.
How weird's that?
It was so good, Jay. So I've just kept like changing through my rigs and this, that and the other. Tried on the bottom, and then you said about these little stocky carp, you said to feed 4 mils out.
Yeah.
But I didn't take 4 mils, Jay. I took 6s, but they looked like 4s. But they weren't, they were a bit bigger.
Yeah, like as the 6s.
Yeah, no, but they looked like 4s. And I started catching these little stockies, but I was still...
Like 4s, just a bit bigger.
They were, yeah, it's because of 6s, you dick. They weren't, folks, honestly. The bloody, they weren't, I've got, I ain't got them. But anyway, so I fished a worm under my casters, and I started catching these little carps, and eventually they'd come shallow, and I had a right go on them as well, yeah.
Once your eye did run out, the carp come off?
Yeah, but then I'm going to say like 2 hours in, I probably got 40 odd pound on the clicker, and like, I had a carp, 2 carp, for like £10. And then everyone started packing up around me because they weren't catching.
Yeah.
But the lad on 19, what was his name? Gary, do apologise, Gary, but Gary, he was, from the off, he was catching in his heads like that deep, hardly feeding anything, just having a superb match.
In his left edge?
In his right edge.
His right edge?
Yeah, right edge.
Towards the angler? 6
to 7 metres, yeah. I think he's put a swimming up there at the end, but it was amazing to watch. Every time he'd gone in,
talk about that at the end, because I want to elaborate on that.
Right, so yeah, people have started to pack up around me, and then coming into, I'm going to say the last hour, carp have started popping up.
I think.
So I'd already done a mugging rig, got the Jamie Special pellets on, and I managed to mug sort of like last half an hour. I mugged 5 carp, and they've gone 48 pound. They were big fish. You know what I mean? I've had one that's fell off as well. So I was fishing I was fishing like 0.22, 0.20. But I've had a flipping lovely day's fishing. I've had 80 odd pound. I've had 133 pound, and I had 88 pound or 89 pound of all silvers.
I've fished less than a pound.
Oh, there's like little tension crucians and skimmers and like jumpy skimmers and eyed and them little stockies.
Baited chuck for 4 hours.
Stockies, white stockies.
Yeah.
Oh, I've absolutely loved it. But then Gary on 19, who's like obviously been in my view all day.
Yeah.
What a day he's had. He's had £205 from the
Unreal.
start. All he's done is fed there. He said he's not even fed a pint of bait. Just fish maggots, 2 and 3 maggots, and just caught shallow.
It is the
Amazing.
beyond perfect example of you have to go because you never know what your peg's going to be like.
Definitely.
If you'd have drawn that in the morning, any of my mates would have drawn that,
Yeah.
I'd have said, yeah, start the van.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
You're
Million percent, start the van. You are not winning FishOMania off 19, were you?
You're a bit like that
To everyone.
we're like, you'll have a go Andy, you'll have a day's fishing, and that's all I've gone for.
You ain't going to win there. Is what my with how it's pegged and how I, no.
Yeah.
And it just shows, doesn't it?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
took it out with the weight. I'd have never said. If you'd have said to me 150's one way, I'd say nah, it's not winning weight today.
Really?
Not with that many people on.
Right. Yeah.
And he's at 210 pounds.
205. Yeah. 205 £205.
Yeah.
Because I think about £5 over, something like that. Anyway, so when in the morning, I walked past Gary Ainscoe, and he'd drawn 3 on jacks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my days, guys, you're going to empty it there.
Yeah.
I think he ended up winning the lake, but Jack's fished hard from what Jack's is. You know what I mean?
I think there were quite a few on there.
Yeah. The £8 but
Was it? Oh,
yeah.
Proper mood.
Clay pit, who's won the clay pit? Rob Sons won down there,
Clay Pit.
£150. He was second in the match. There was 140 something on the peg I drew on Belve last year.
Yeah.
Is that
He
12
had a
or
lot of
13?
space. There were some undrawn pegs there.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
So he's had £140. He was third, and I've come fourth with £133.
That's proper.
Lee Riley was on my lake on the M peg. He's had £120. He was fifth.
Yeah.
And the only other lad left in our section, he's weighed £40. He's won the section.
Good lad.
It was like
Double
amazing.
default.
He's having his dinner. He was having his dinner like this. He's like called his name out like that. What's going on there? And like when he got his section money. So that was amazing. So yeah,
That's what it's
proper
all
that.
about.
Really enjoyed that.
But
And
yeah,
then from
fair
there,
play to Gaz for winning that.
oh yeah, what a weight. Just awesome
Mega
base
that.
fishing.
Well, Fisher's all about stuff like that happening.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Weston's one of them places you generally don't know, do you?
It's a different lake every time.
That's the
where
thing,
would
innit?
have been
It
my
has-
last pick nearly.
Would he really?
Just with how tight it is. Canal and Weir, I'd have said, no, you're not winning off them.
Right, okay. Yeah, Canal, what was it? I think £80, £90 one Canal, something like
But
that.
still, there's such unknown. You've just got to go on.
Different lakes won a qualifier every time.
Yeah,
though,
you
wasn't it?
said this to me. It's good, isn't it? Every lake has one.
Every last one, yeah. It's
Anyway,
so good.
So, next.
So I've missed a couple of qualifiers because I did have tickets, but you know, things popped up,
Yeah.
and so I missed them unfortunately. But we went to Makins last week. No, this week, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Again, Makins is a venue. You don't really know where you want to be, do you?
No, unknown. Every lake could win at Makins.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
definitely.
having that. It's a good fish show or a good qualifier venue.
Oh, proper. So
But
proper
unknown,
looking
innit?
forward to it again. Got all my rods done because we didn't know where we want to be. There's a lot of like waggler work, a lot of bomb work, method work, a lot of pole work. And
Yeah,
this, that,
isn't
and the
it? It's a nice varied one, isn't it, as well,
lovely.
Makins? Yeah.
Definitely. So got all my pellets to start with. Went in the bag and I drew Lake 4 peg 9.
Mm-hmm.
So I've rang J-Lad up straight away. He's like, oh yeah, that's the best one you've run me with that, Andrew. So I'm like, oh, here we go then.
Yeah.
Nice deep lake. It was like, I used my larford rig. It's like, what, 10, 11 foot?
Was it that
sort of
deep?
14 and a half, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what have we started off on? We started off on a waggler to the rope, not feeding anything like that.
You've got a rope running down your lake from the island,
And-
separating your off from their off, sort
Yeah.
of.
The
Comes
wind
right down
was a
middle,
bit
doesn't it?
pongy. So we've had next, I've had Big T, Tony Curd to my right on peg 7, and he's got like a bit of a
Yeah, he's on
point
the end of the island, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's still a bit of a chuck slightly to his right, but he's got a bit of a
Take my cacks off. Oh,
bit
no,
of
I'm
an
not.
island. It is warm, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't
Go
take them off because I've got a microphone attached to them.
ahead. So Big T started off on a waggler, started pinging a few 8 mils on, and he started catching pretty well actually. He's had 2 or 3 quick carp. Young Brad is behind me and Mushy. What lake's that? Is that Lake
They
2?
were on Lake 2, on the A side of Lake 2.
There was like just a massive shoal of carp off this island, and then they've started off really well on a mugging waggler. I could hear them like, and then you look round and they're bent into fish. I never had a bite on the rope, so I've come back like into feed, and I've started getting the odd bite, but foul looking them and this,
Were they
that, and the
weird?
other. Yeah, they were weird, but
Why can you not feed on the rope? Is it a long way, is it?
I couldn't get there because of the wind as well.
Right.
I
Could
couldn't
you,
get
without the wind?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
you
can't
could
remember how
get there
far it
without the
was.
wind, yeah, it's
Just get there with 8
It's
mils.
35, 40 metres, I want to say. It was a good chuck. So yeah, I've been feeding a pole line where they were starting to fizz, so I thought, oh, give a go on that. Started off on the bottom, getting the odd like little dodgy line there, but nothing materialised. So I've come, slapped a pellet over, 8 mil pellet, and it's gone straight away with like a £3 F1.
Has it?
Think
With
like
an F1?
Yeah, big F1.
Yeah.
So I've gone in again, and I've
quick
caught like a big skimmer that jumped out. And then the trouble I had, I've had white water. My dark water was like more in Tony's peg, to be fair. He probably thinks I was poached a few out of his peg, which I did. I was swimming like, oh, there's one. Tony's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But then the lad opposite, what peg would he have been on?
He'll have been in the 20s, I'm going to say. I think he was on about 25.
Ben.
Wasn't he just off the island?
It was just, yeah.
So yeah, it'll be about 25,
the wind was,
27.
it was weird. It was sort of like going like that over my right shoulder. So he's had like a bit of a ripple, but then calm water and like all this
It'll
fluff.
be dark as well.
And it was dark. Because he's had like obviously the island to look at, and
yes,
he's had a phenomenal. Every time I looked up, he's like yellow elastic everywhere. He's had a phenomenal 2.5 hours.
As he early.
And these fish are like the flipping massive.
I think Griff said he had like 13 in the first hour and a half or 2 hours, and they were all
Ben
Lord.
And he's just like smashed it. Like Griff's come up because Griff was behind me, and he's like he was just about putting his 5th net in, but then the last sort of like couple of hours he's not really caught.
As they once they fed, he was a bit knackered.
Yeah, that was it.
It is a bit narrow and quiet there where he is. You can imagine them leaving.
But he's had a bit of room on that side. You know, there's been, I think there's 3 anglers, but there's every other peg on our bank.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I've persevered. I've chucked a little bomb out, not had a bite on that. Tony's carried on catching a few fish. I've persevered with like shallow and mugging, and I've had a few in the end. I've had a nice day actually. I've enjoyed it. I've had 11 carp and 3 F1s for £100 and 14 ounces.
It's a nice day, that. It's a nice carp fishing day, that.
Yeah, definitely. Big T's had £133. He's fished a blinder. He's come short on like double corn, and he's had 2 crap big uns in like the last, sort of like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
So he's fished really well. Left-handed though, so it doesn't count.
No,
he actually fishes proper. So he's had £133, and then Ben has won the match with £165 opposite me, and young Brad has had hard luck behind me. He's had £161.
Yeah.
So they were first, second, and there was £140 from Thames or Avon or something like that.
On peg 3.
On peg 3.
I forget who it was, but yeah, peg 3. Peg 3 on 7.
Was it?
Peg 3, 7, yeah.
So he's come 3rd, and then Big T was 4th with £133. So I got my section. I didn't even know this. I got a lovely phone call from Dave Watkins, rang me up. Andy, where are you? You won your section. Oh, go ahead. So that cheered me up on the way back. So I was a bit gutted about getting smashed up in my last 2 qualifiers by you and then Big T. But you know, these things happen. So on to the next one. We've got Partridge tomorrow, haven't we?
Yeah. With the way it's going, I just want to be on your lake because that's where the winner's
I've said that to everyone. So yeah, Western. Makings, and then
it's the theme at the minute.
Just draw on my lake, folks, and you're going to win.
You're in a 1 in 10 chance of winning if you have Andy tomorrow.
Well, 1 in 9 because I don't really count.
It could be you.
Oh, my rigs I've done up, it definitely is.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. Lovely catch ups. Nice to get back fishing. And now on to the drinking. Pub.